I was in a call with
You should
Shroomy
be.
with OBS open, so it
You
did
should
the do not disturb mode thing automatically. I had no idea that the call had started.
be. You should be sorry.
I am
Give that
perfectly
back for
on
a sec.
time. I don't know why I said sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
Ethan,
don't know why I said sorry.
you're late. You're late. You're 1 minute late.
How dare I?
You're
I
gonna get
know.
bopped on the nose.
Is your camera doing a spinny circle
It
thing?
have no
is
food
doing a
sauce,
spinny
bro.
circle thing. I need to fix that. 1 second. Um.
Look, it's a cat.
Eh. Hi.
Peekaboo.
I have glasses
No,
on.
you.
I look like
Oh!
my grandpa.
He's the king.
King of the jungle. You're king of
Hi,
everything else.
I have glasses on. I look like Ethan's grandpa.
Yep. Well, hi guys. Hope I didn't keep you waiting for too long.
Hi guys, burgers and fries.
You can literally see how long the call's been going for.
Nathan is really quiet for me.
2 minutes. Nice.
Yeah, because you turned my volume down
Whoa,
exponentially
you turned my
last
entire
night.
name into a number? I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's your name.
37462.
You turned your entire number name into a song?
Honestly, I feel like that could be a pretty good like PIN number or like, like password number,
I'll have to keep it in mind.
Get that
Unfortunately,
written down somewhere.
I
I
mean,
guess it already is.
it's written right there. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I need to get my dice. I was playing Sea of Thieves with Shroomy until literally the last second, so I'm not quite prepared.
Oh no.
Ah! Alright, you guys
I
argue
would
amongst
say you should have
yourselves.
kept on playing, but it's gonna be late when we end tonight. So.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm gonna head to the bathroom. You guys argue amongst yourselves about who's gonna do the recap.
No,
Nathan,
we all know
do you
that
want to
you're
watch
going
Shrek 4 with me?
Yeah,
Shrek
we can
4?
do Shrek Forever After is the title.
Hmm.
It's Shrek Forever After.
I thought there were only 3 Shreks.
No. And
I thought there was
you
only
are
5
clearly
Shreks.
not. There's going to be 5 Shreks.
Really?
Yes. Ray is clearly not a fan. I obtained a bottle cap that's intact, or a can cap. It's one
Cool.
of these.
A tab.
Yeah. Apparently they're worth a kiss, so I'm gonna start collecting them and then just giving them to random girls on the street. See what happens.
Wait,
Worth
really?
a kiss?
Yeah, apparently that's a tradition. Like you can exchange them for a kiss.
Huh.
So I'm just gonna here you go. Because like you know how like if you walk up to somebody and just like say here you go, like you put out your hand and like give them something, they're just instinctually like take it from you. So I'm just gonna do that and be like, now you owe me a kiss. Haha.
Can you have someone like film you so I can see what happens?
Yeah, we can do like as a social experiment.
Oh, what is this?
So I saw on a short or something, a YouTube short, that bottle caps when they're intact, or the little tabs when they're intact like this, when they have the little circle there, that apparently is exchangeable for a kiss. So I said that I'm gonna start collecting them and then just give them to random people and say that they owe me kisses.
Can you like show them the short first, or are they just gonna be weirded out?
Well, I mean, the way that I'm going to do it is be like the classic way that you get somebody to just take something from you. You're like, hey, you say hello first, and then you like put out your hand to like give them something, and they'll just naturally take it from you.
And they'll be like, "Why have you given me garbage that I now have to deal with?"
And then they'll be like,
say that I
what
owe
is
you
this? And I'll be
something.
like, it's exchangeable for a kiss. You owe me a kiss now. Yeah.
And what if you give it to some random person and they actually like hit you up on that?
Then I would be kissed. Oh no, it's the end of the world.
How dare you?
I have been kissed before. It's not a problem for me. I know it might be for you.
Get an aggressive
Yeah.
40-year-old putting the tongue it all down.
Oh, I'm with that. Let's go to D&D.
I would probably only give it to people who I would be reasonably okay with kissing me.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
So like women?
Hopefully.
Sure. If you believe so.
I do.
Okay.
Okay. So, in our last exciting episode of D&D, or session,
Really?
or whatever they're called, I haven't even said anything about it, like, other than it
No
being
way.
I
exciting.
just didn't know that that happened.
I haven't even said anything for the recap yet.
And I didn't remember that happening in it.
You
So.
didn't remember nothing happening?
No, I
Man.
didn't remember nothing happening.
Actually,
Someone
I
will
was
do
there. I was there, and I don't remember.
I
happening
can
either.
confirm something happened, so like it's just incorrect recap.
So I got the best kind of DM surprise where the players pulled out a old item that I had forgotten the precise description of, and I had to look back at my own notes to remember exactly how it worked, and sure enough, they managed to use an obscure item in an amazing way, brought it back around to take out a foe that I didn't think they'd be able to defeat in the way they did. Completely messed with my plans, but it was super awesome.
And
So-
you were very proud of us.
I was so proud, yes. I love it when you guys show such creativity. Everyone got inspiration. It was fantastic. And, you know, QZ just narrowly managed to avoid Ananias gaining godly power of some kind and becoming an unplayable becoming an unplayable character in the campaign as they like ascend to godhood, and she would have had to create a new character. That would have been a huge mess, but yeah.
That'd be so
QZ
funny.
saved the
herself.
campaign. So yeah, everyone got a chance to shine. It was great. Good fun, everyone. Meanwhile, poor Rusty is more or less
He's
dead.
rusting away.
Maybe someone will eventually collect his rings again and melt them down into the sword that he always wanted to be, but today is not that day. Or maybe they'll just melt him down into some, like, robot mech suit he never wanted to be, and he'll be trapped in eternal purgatory. But that's beside the point. Anyway.
I like that.
So, we left off with the party more or less having befriended the tribe of primitive Kuatoa, which are fish people from the Underdark, more or less. And the last thing we discussed was you baking them, or cooking for them, a bunch of stew, fish stew, with the scraps of
Yummy,
metal
yummy.
from the giant fallen automaton that you guys absolutely wiped out in one move, and the dwarves that you had interacted with seemed to be approaching from a distance to see what happened here. So you see them in the distance approaching across the swamp with some like little carts of some kind that seem to be equipped for traversing the swamp,
What
but
color
they're
are they?
a fair distance away. The dwarves are flesh colored.
No, the carts.
They're wooden, but they have like some fancy.
Wood is not a color.
They're brown.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll say that you guys still have a little bit of time left with tongues having been cast on Todd, the new de facto leader of the Kuatoa tribe, if you would like to continue having him be your translator for the fish people.
What do we even have to say to them?
Yeah, but currently everyone is eating the lovely fish stew that you guys made, like an industrial-sized bucket of stew, and teaching them the joys of actually cooking, using cutlery,
Cleanliness.
flames, yeah, all that good stuff. So you're kind of like revolutionizing their whole world, and they've put their faith, for now, in the Untitled Goose. So your religion is spread, QC. The religion
Right.
that I was resistant to at the very beginning, it's still going on.
Well, you were never resistant
I
to
know.
my religion.
It's always the memes that like go on too far and like become integral to the whole campaign.
Who's to say it's too far if you let it continue?
Yeah. So what would you guys all like to do?
Cat over here taking pictures of us.
I am. I'm gonna post it on
First
Twitter
time we
too.
all had our photo.
Ah.
Why?
What about the existence of Twitter?
Okay.
I mean, do we have anything else to say to the fish people?
Well, you do know that the dwarves are approaching, and they see these people as
Yeah.
like a plague, like something that should never have escaped the Underdark. So you
Yeah.
might want to stick around
You
just
might
to
want to smooth
see,
things out.
because
Well,
like
yeah,
you're
you
you're
wanna
trying
smooth
to
things out.
lead these guys into a brave new future
Well,
of
I mean, now that
society.
they're followers, it doesn't
so-
really matter what happens to them, right?
Followers of your religion? Are you saying like, yeah, it doesn't matter if they all get genocided and like brought to
Yeah.
the after?
Because yeah, they would have believed in what I wanted them to.
I mean, if that's what you want to say, but man, that is villain villain status right there.
Which is obviously not Kuzith. Yeah, I know. I'll probably like give him like a morning and be like, oh, so yeah, those dwarf people, they don't like you all. So they're coming here, but just let me like try and talk to them first. I'm sure they'll understand a bit,
Mhm.
hopefully.
Todd's the only one who can understand you directly, and as you say, they're coming here. He goes, "Oh, Shortbeard's coming here!" And he like grabs a spear and is kind of like shaking, and he's like looking like he wants to begin barking orders to his buddies to do the same. But you finish your statement saying, "Hey, let me talk to them first. Maybe I can
Gonna
smooth things
it over,
over."
Don't worry.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, you
Mama
all,
Swizzle
I
pats
mean,
him on the head.
you are the ambassadors. Just
Oh,
don't let them
master.
hurt us, please."
Well, of course.
Mama Swizzle.
Yeah, Mama Swizzle, I don't think that you should do the talking. I'll handle it. Maybe Ananias can, but you know, just leave it up to us this time.
Mama Swizzle.
Okay, I'll let you try something if my attempt doesn't go well.
Mama Swizzle.
Alright.
Nice. Okay. So. are
Also,
you-
do we hear echoes because we have the
rings?
rusty rings? Yeah.
No. It's...
Rusty rings.
Yeah. It seems that it doesn't have any effect unless you're like specifically talking into the ring. At least that's what you might be able to surmise, although no one's like specifically experimented
Yeah,
with
I'm
that
not gonna be able to surmise that.
yet. Yeah, as far as you know, QZ, you've talked to the ring and you thought it was still rusty. Last you knew, which I don't
Well, I
know
mean,
how
it is still rusty.
you managed to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. So, are you going to leave the encampment and go
Yeah,
meet
I'm
up
probably
with the
gonna
dwarves?
try and like go ahead and meet up with the dwarvies before they reach. And actually, no, before I do that, I'm gonna be like, can you like gather everybody up, like make sure that they're not gonna like leave the town center here for a little bit, so you know we don't get anybody like getting too close to these dwarf guys before I'm able to talk to them.
Todd seems a little hesitant.
Yeah,
about-
Leanna got some, but I put that on the table. I don't need the. Okay. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Todd seems a little hesitant about being sitting ducks, but he definitely doesn't want to get near the dwarfs if he doesn't have to. So, yeah, he agrees to have everyone kind of remain calm and be armed, but waiting in the town or in the camp.
We will forge a bond of peace.
As in,
And then take over the world.
A bond of pieces.
I want this piece and this piece.
Should I go with you?
Art, hang back a little bit. How about that? You know, just kind of like wait at the edge of town, and like I'll wave you over.
I don't know
Excuse
if I don't think they would know the thumbs up gesture, but he more or less agrees. I'm just trying to avoid doing more gurgly, slimy voice. My
Okay.
voice has been hurting
Roger,
lately,
Dodger.
so I'm even worse at voices than I
He's
usually
in
am.
complete agreement with me, and he understands everything that I'm saying completely.
I mean, you guys have more
We
or less
mind meld
claimed to be
and
the spokespeople of the bird god dude. There's just a flock of birds and a big
I don't know,
man
the
here,
concept's last
so yeah, he trusts you guys as advocates of the divine at this point.
we made good food. I'm glad to hear it.
Hmm. Yeah, he's in no position to disagree. So, you guys, I guess, intercept the dwarves. How close do you want to intercept
I'm
them to
gonna,
the
like,
town? Like, as
I
far
want
away as
to
possible?
I want to do like a stealth roll first, like be in the bushes, so that I can then like jump on one of the backs of one of the dwarves. No, I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm just joking.
Are you wanting to do
Just
stealth though?
wanna... No, no, no,
Oh,
no, no.
okay.
I want to make myself like fairly known.
Okay.
Be like kind of like loud. I'm gonna do this is like the loudest stomping I'll probably ever do. I'm pretty like light-footed in general, being like
It's not
made
gonna
of
be very
bone,
loud
like,
stomping
super
in the
light-footed.
like mud and the clumps of grass.
I'm gonna be as loud as an
Yeah.
Eric Cochran possibly can be in
Don't
a
forget you're a goose. You can honk
marshy.
too.
Huh.
Yeah, but I don't want to like.
You don't want to
hurt them,
embarrass
like,
yourself
think
with
that-
how
I don't
weak
wanna-
your
I
honk
don't
is.
like. They can't understand Eric Cochran. Like they're gonna be like, "What the heck is he saying? Is he hurt?"
No, you're just trying to get their attention, right? You just need to be
I am.
loud.
Yeah,
So
but I
use
want
your
them to
honk
like.
get their attention.
I want them. I don't want them to be scared or anything.
I mean,
don't
just
want
as
them to be like,
just as you can see them from a distance as they mound or surmount each hill and then kind of cross to coming towards you, they
yeah,
can
they're
see
lower
you too.
frame. They can't. No, they're lower frame. They clearly can't see me.
Okay, whatever. So, at what distance do you want to intercept them before they get to the town?
I mean, however far I can get.
Yeah, you can easily intercept them 1,000 feet away from the town if you want to. That'd be a bit far to wave over the fishman. but-
Well, I mean, I can just like walk back with them for a little bit and then wave them over.
Okay, sure. So yeah, you kind of wave your wings and get the attention of the approaching dwarves who are riding more or less two carts that seem to have been haphazardly kind of thrown together. There are still like loose bolts kind of rattling free as two rickety wooden wagons kind of roll in, with the wheels being largely like extended with large little spikes. So it kind of looks like a water wheel that's grasping at the mud and the clumps of grass to give it better traction, so it can actually make it over this extremely rough terrain. It's covered in mud. Seems like it's had a rough time getting through this terrain, and you see mounted atop it, just kind of wobbling side to side a little bit, a gigantic ballista crossbow type thing it's loaded with a huge trunk of a tree-sized bolt with a sharpened metal spike on the end, fashioned of some kind of bronze. And there are dwarves like riding on top of it in helmets and axes, and they're ready for war. There are dwarves kind of running beside it and behind it. They're all trying to keep up as best they can and lug this cart across the swamp. And they see you, and the leader that you spoke to earlier with the white beard kind of makes a signal to stop with his gauntleted fist and approaches with his small stature, kind of sinking into the mud as he does so. Oh, it's you lot! I assume you have something to do with this?
Great news, actually, yeah. I think we've solved all your problems.
All of them? Well, that's...
All
well,
of them.
Unless,
Every single one, I say.
unless there's
Mighty
some that
impressive.
like, I'm unaware of or something. All the problems that I was told about.
So where'd you find another bird out here? Did she help you out, or he help you out? I can't tell the gender of a bird very well.
What did they not
Ananias
know?
is now a bird
Oh, right.
instead of a human hooded person. I don't remember if you had your hood on or not when you met the dwarves. You might have not, but either way.
It's a great question for Ananias, who's paying attention.
Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so I assume you had something to do with taking down the gigantic, insurmountable obstacle that we had our plans to deal with and you've done something
Yeah.
with, I presume?
Yeah, you know that giant thing that you made. It is.
I have
it is-
slain it. In the name of the untitled goose god. I interrupt.
Huh. Never heard of it, but man, that is impressive. This is supposed to be Scottish, but I'm just sounding like I'm just
It's
sounding
okay.
like a
It's okay.
gnome.
We never wanted them to be Scottish in the first
I'm
place.
so sorry. This is his voice now. So, how did you do this, I might ask? And is it completely disabled, or
You
is it
might
just
ask
like
it.
mostly
Okay, well,
disabled?
I'll wait for you to actually ask it.
Oh, I'm actually asking. What? I just were coming to investigate as quickly as we could. We weren't quite ready to launch our assault. We met you last night, and then we woke up and you weren't around, so we figured you had ditched it because you didn't want to
Whoa.
die. Turns out
Yeah.
you were just ahead of the game. Early to bed, early to rise, as they say.
What can I say? We're proactive, you know.
Actually, that's what I
Emphasis
say.
on the
They
pro.
took that saying from me.
I mean, it was after all your headstrong plan.
I
Oh
guess
my
the
goodness,
early
Marion,
birds get
stop
the
in here.
worm.
Give me one moment, Marion. I'm so sorry.
I do say that. Ananias has never heard this phrase in her life.
Oh no. So you're saying
Also, I look like a goose, remember?
Yes, I know, that's what I was saying. We were talking about
He
that
would
when
not
you
have
weren't paying
recognized
attention.
me.
I know that he asked about you, but
Oh,
you weren't
okay.
paying attention. So you said you were the one who took it down. How did you accomplish such a thing? Really, that's what I want to know. Because we had our plans, and we had the blueprints of how it works, and we were struggling to come up with a plan anyway. So really, I just want to know, technically, how did you
It
accomplish
was
such a feat?
easy for me.
Culture's being
Because
better.
of the power of your goose god?
Yes.
Good to know. Is
Do not
anyone
question
slightly less
the-
religious and...
Powerful goose god. Don't be paladinish.
Seems like you would want to be paladinish if you're wanting to extol the virtues of your god. Never mind. So, I'm thankful that you've...
Ist,
accomplished
like as in
this.
racist.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I get it now.
Not est.
Gotcha.
Let me look at my stats real quick.
Mm-hmm.
While you're talking, what language do the dwarfs speak?
Well, they speak Dwarvish, and
And
Common. Other languages perhaps, but perhaps not.
Okay.
Only some of them speak other languages. It depends on
Um,
like how rich their parents were.
I am going to try to facilitate a
That's good.
Rosetta Stone
What?
But- between.
We have our Rosetta Stone still. We have a translation spell between one of our.
Yes, but it's gonna disappear eventually. So we need to make.
We'll work it out when we get them talking.
Okay, well, I'm
Um,
gonna explain. Excuse me, let me explain. I have enabled you with the power of my goose god and the power of me invested by the goose god.
Oh my gosh.
I have enabled you to communicate with them. And they say they want friendship and alliance.
With who? With the swamp people?
Yes.
Those very same.
His jaw drops for a second, and he just kind of stares in disbelief. You talked to the savages, and got them to be peaceful.
Whoa.
And we taught them how to fish.
They are no longer savages.
Now they're
Ah.
savants of fishing. We wish to establish a trade between you.
Oh my goodness! I just realized
What?
this is Star Wars: The Phantom Menace.
I don't know what's going on there.
We like these.
Ambassadors come in to like this foreign place, and they have like so it's Naboo, and we go in, and there's like an ancient tribe of like water people who are like angry with like the more civilized group of people, and then like we negotiate with them, and then they become friendship.
We were right about
I
one
haven't
thing.
seen
The
it.
negotiations were short. We're gonna need to have you answer me.
Negotiations. We've
Watch.
lost all forms
So-
of communications.
Hmm. Anyway,
Um,
so you, I find it difficult to believe, but I guess seeing you take down the giant automaton we
There's nothing
constructed,
we can't do.
there's certainly more than one surprise for the day. I'd be willing to talk with them, but you must know, the dwarves are sworn enemies of all foul beasts from the Underdark. We're trained from a young age to snuff them out and keep them from invading the surface world.
This one dwarf is very open about their prejudice.
Mama
They're,
Swizzle!
they're
Mama
nothing
Swizzle!
more than
Mama Swizzle! She's just
plagues
berating
on
now.
the surface world. Ah,
Mama Swizzle says, "That's not very nice. You don't know these people. They're just trying to live."
Mama Swizzle!
Exactly.
ah.
And that's the one time I understood.
I mean, it's really interesting that you were able to get that from the flying spaghetti monsters coming for us all. But
Wait, what?
that's what I thought.
Kuzith
Mama
has a
Swizzle
word
said.
translation. Must be on the fritz. It's okay, Ray. Here, do you need some water? Well, I find it hard to believe that they're willing to communicate. What do you propose? What do they want?
Well, we kind of just want to get you two like talking, like you both can like just mind your own business, kind of like be mutual and not like kill each other because the less violence the better, right? I think we can all agree upon that.
Can they just go back to their Underdark?
Well, sure, they'll mind their own business, but we've taught them to be like a little bit more civilized. They did not know fire existed before us.
Oh, they were
and
gonna
now we
find
know how to
out. He like just smashes his
Well-
gauntleted fist, and a small puff of fire comes out.
Well, we
Mama
taught them
Swizzle!
the non-violent way of using fire.
Well, fair enough. Shall we?
Yeah, I mean, if I'd say maybe like leave behind like maybe the giant weapons. You can take like some armor for sure. Maybe like a
The
sword.
dwarf
sword
doesn't
on
have
each-
anything but his weapons.
Well, yeah, but
and
just
his
like
hammers and-
the giant bow, the giant wheeled out like siege weapons.
All
I-
right,
I'd
shut
say.
her down. He like gestures to the dwarves that are riding the cart, and they like dejectedly kind of drop their shoulders and pull like a ripcord, which immediately stops a giant like belching, more or less mobile steam engine type thing on the top of their.
I
cart.
did not even see the steam engine. Oh my goodness.
It's
I'm
not
so
really a
blind.
steam engine. It just kind of looks like a forge that's been strapped to the.
No,
top
I
of it. Mhm.
Keith is still going to have not noticed. He only like
Sure.
saw half of like their stuff and just like,
Yeah.
how did I not notice the much bigger thing?
Do you
I
know
was
how
talking
hard
about
it is
just
to
that-
get these things restarted? They better not attack while we're motionless.
Well, you leave some people here, to like keep the stuff running if you really want to, but just like don't bring the big weapons with you because like they're still kind of terrified of you all.
All right.
They actually are like scared of you guys.
As they should be.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, the last place we saw the fallen beast was this way. Can you lead us back to where they are? The swamp fish people?
Yeah, just follow us.
Very well. He
Mama
gestures
Swizzle.
to like 5 of his best warriors to follow him, and he himself comes with you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lead them to our translator.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, we still have time on that magic translate.
Yep. Todd seems a little nervous as you approach, with some like heavily armored dwarves with scary looking weapons, but they have like their hands on them like ready to go, but they're not like in an aggressive stance. So the people are noticeably uncomfortable and scared, but no combat breaks out immediately. Welcome, beard people, short beard people. Please
Right,
don't
that's a
hurt
little bit
us.
racist.
And Todd has the spell cast on him where everyone can understand what he says, so they, for the first time, hear just this horrible, gurgly, fishy vocal cords
Beautiful.
making some weird noises at them, and they understand for once, and they're like, whoa, that thing has a weird voice.
That is also racist. I see we have a lot of bridges to gap.
Hello, Fishman. So,
You,
what exactly is it that you want? They said you wanted peace or trade or something. What gives? We want to live in harmony and safety and live our lives.
This is good.
Please
Oh, great
don't stab
conversations, you
us
guys.
and stuff. No fire, other than cook fire. I guess they didn't have a word for fire, but I guess they do now. You've taught it to them.
Well, I mean, it just auto translates, so whatever word they came up with.
Mhm.
Like, they could actually just be, like, describing the thing itself, and, like,
Mhm.
it's not actually a formal word for it.
Big, bright, hot thing.
Hot light. Sure.
It's like their word for sun, but, like,
We are
smaller.
more than happy to leave you alone and let you live in peace. But we would request that you live in peace in the Underdark. If you return back to where you came from, immediately.
That's not very nice.
Mama Swizzle.
Well, life's not very nice. These people don't belong here. But we can't! And it's better here. We have a home now, and the sun is bright, and we would not be able to go back. Why
Wait,
can't
the
Yeah,
sun's
Dwarf.
bright in the Underdark?
I'm gonna interrupt and say that's a little bit presumptuous to of you to say. I'm not going to say what I'm thinking, which is that maybe I will say. So I'm gonna make assumptions, and my character knows nothing about dwarves, so feel free to just be like, he's very offended. Yeah, all dwarves live in the mountains, and right now you're not living in the mountains. So you have taken over this swamp area. They're not even bothering you, and you are out of your natural home. What you are best at is creating beautiful creations using stone and metal, and you have a talent for this. And these people, they don't know anything yet, but if you were to work together, they could provide you food and fish so that you are more able to focus on your work at hand.
Yeah, just enslave them.
Yeah.
Mama Swizzle!
He makes a face as you said they could provide you with food, and then realizes that you're not talking about eating them. Look, I'm not all against their existence or their happiness. Our people promised that we would protect the Underdark and keep it from being used for the horrible monstrosities within to escape to the surface. And if these...
When he says horrible monstrosities, Mama Swizzle just makes that
Yeah, Todd just seems to kind of like be shrinking away, like he doesn't want to challenge it. Maybe not the best leader choice, but it is what it is.
Better than that kid in this situation, let's be fair.
There are worse things than us in the Underdark.
Ooh.
There's goblins on a conquest
Ooh.
forcing us out of the lower layers. We had no choice but to flee. They're summoning their armies and, well, their expansion forced us out. We have no way to return. We can't go back. Please let us live.
See that? Come on, dwarves. Like, have some sympathy.
But these things, these people,
Look into those eyes. Come on, how can you deny them it?
He just looks in the background at like one of the children who's actively eating his own booger. I suppose not all the races live as long as we do and have the experience we do, but their power, their plague is dangerous in the wrong hands.
That's why you should be the one to protect them.
Protect them?
Protect them from being used incorrectly.
A dwarf does not usually sully his gauntlets in the swamp.
Well, clearly, you apparently were already supposed to be protecting the Underdark, and these are citizens of it.
That was the whole point. Of course, I suppose we wouldn't have made as big a deal of it if they hadn't hijacked our Centurion. What agreements can we make? What assurance can we have that these savages will not cause undue harm to the people of the world?
I really don't
We
think
don't-
they know how to.
We just want to have our lives. We eat, we have children, we die. We just need something to believe in. There's no reason to worry that will rise up and hurt you. This is the slimy one.
Okay, now I gotta see, like, that enchantment called Blood Pact, if that's like a warlock enchantment. Just wondering.
Do you have that spell?
No.
Oh, okay.
So I wouldn't be able to do it. But we could find somebody to form a blood pact.
Interesting. Is that maybe in a book you've read or something? That's how you know about it? Your character?
In a previous 5e campaign that I did.
I'm
it
talking about
was
your
one of the
character, not
spells.
you.
Like, yeah, I don't think.
You're right, you're right. Maybe I
Ananias
wouldn't
might
know.
about it from perhaps reading in either the journal with the tongue on it or Isabella's necromancy book. But you would have only kind of like skimmed the
Okay,
description if you wanted to know about it.
I don't need to know about it.
Okay.
It's on a need-to-know basis.
Well, I can sympathize with being forced from your home. Our people were also forced from ours when the calamity struck a few hundred years ago, and it's been 2 generations since. We've struggled to regain our empires, but
Did Smog attack their mountain?
No. We understand what it's like to be kept from what you hold most dear. If you can promise to raise your young in a way that will not cause harm or undue destruction to the people of the surface world. You can be allowed
Because they
to...
do that enough to themselves.
You can be allowed to keep this swamp. This land that is fit for you, but unfit for our structures anyway.
You'll take care of this land, right? I webbed foot like gesture at the guy.
At Todd?
Yeah, at the small thing. What's his
Yes.
name?
Todd,
Todd.
the leader, yeah.
Like, how do I spell that?
T-O-D-D.
With a
TODD.
T, probably.
Okay. Right, Todd?
He nods vigorously. Uh-huh. We will not hurt anyone. We will just live our lives, and, well, we'll hurt anyone who tries to hurt us, like you, but, wait. He just kind of recoils, and the dwarf kind of glares.
See? They're timid. They're shy creatures. They don't know any better.
Just because they're
They
savages, that just means they're more
Are
unpredictable.
easily led and would a savage form a civilization? I ask.
I hardly call a circle of tents a civilization, but I can see that they're not any great harm at this point. As long as they're willing
Yay.
to stay in their borders, we'll stay out of theirs. But we will patrol the borders of the swamp periodically.
Well,
ensure no
that's
harm comes to them.
progress. And, you know, maybe in like 10, 20, 100 years, you all can like meet back up and like, you know, see how you're feeling. If you want to like, you know, change this agreement later. Like, I think it would be good if you like stay in communication sometimes. Like maybe every year or so y'all have like a meetup in this spot, or you can decide somewhere else, and you know, you like you talk about how you're feeling about the negotiation that was made today.
The dwarf kind of rolls his eyes a little bit, but he nods. Very well.
Dwarf, are you the one in charge?
I am.
What's your name?
Dwarf.
Roken Firebeard.
Broken Firebeard?
Roken, not to be.
Broken Firebeard. Is that like all one word?
It's like Ananias takes a
Surname.
notepad out. I got your name.
I
No,
am.
this
I'm
isn't
making
very
notes.
He
good with
extends his
names,
gauntleted
that's
fist.
why.
To offer to Todd, who has no idea what it means, and just kind of feels like he's being, you know, aimed at.
I push Todd forward. I say, take his hand, but real quickly I take my robe and I wipe off his slimy hand so it's not so slimy.
He holds out his like webbed fingers and he's like, what does he want? And then his
An agreement! You shake on it, and that will bind it permanently, I say. Seriously.
Yep,
He
basically.
grasps the dwarf's hand. It seems the spell has run out, and he is now no longer able to understand or communicate.
Alright, now they're gonna kill each other. Great, we messed it all
But
up.
he grasps the dwarf's hand tentatively, and the dwarf gives a firm handshake. The poor Todd just kind of like shivers and, you know, looks at it, and he's just like, okay. And then he looks to you hesitantly.
Well, we're gonna have to find some translators for them then, because that spell just ran out.
It's alright. I guess we've made our decision at this point. Thank you, lads, for all of your help. We will be still, I suppose, entering the area to salvage parts from the fallen machine anyway, so I suppose it's better to have friendly relationships with the natives rather than hostile ones. It'll make things easier and less messy. So,
Okay.
I think that
Yeah.
they will definitely offer you fish in exchange for little trinkets. So keep that in mind. They aren't here to cause harm, and they're just trying to live. Ananias says, kind of thinking about her time where she did the same thing. She would trade in trinkets for food.
noted. Although, I don't think we would be needing too many. We'll see how it goes. But thank you, birds of unknown origin, and
I already told you where I'm from. The goose god is where
Yeah,
I'm
we
from.
told you who sent us.
well, bless the goose god for sending such competent ambassadors.
Oh!
Who else would we send?
What plans do you all have next?
I'm a
Not
swizzle.
competent
I'm a
ambassadors? Like,
swizzle.
that wouldn't be very
I'm a
helpful.
swizzle.
He called me competent.
Congratulations.
This is Ananias' second ever compliment.
Oh no, are you keeping track?
Oh,
Her
man.
first compliment was from Val. Or not from Val,
From herself.
Carmen.
Gotcha. Oh.
Refreshing, I'm sure.
Ananias feels like a weird mix of like wanting to pull away and not receive the compliment, and whatever also feeling of ambition and pride and wanting to receive more of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ananias hates himself. So that's interesting. Poor guy.
Oh no. Too relatable. I don't hate myself anymore. Just FYI.
Yeah, I also don't hate myself, but sometimes I do. It's like a not temporary thing, or it's a temporary state.
It's your toxic personality trait.
One of them.
The other one is being toxic.
Shut up.
Well, aside from your little forging experiment with the rings, is there anything else we can do for you to aid you on your journey?
Yeah,
as
we'll send you the bill. Where's best to fax it to you? We can do mail.
I think my secretary Shale handles the faxes in a Dwarven Citadel. We'll get back to you.
Yeah. And our fees vary, and like there will be an extra charge if you use credit card.
Noted. So Todd, no longer understanding what is happening with everyone, seems a little nervous and kind of looks to you all for guidance.
And I shake my head very sadly at him, like, oh, it's all ruined. You messed it up.
Oh no! He kind of like pulls back and picks up his spear from the ground in terror.
Come on.
Oh, my.
That's not very nice.
No, I say, I like wave my hands at him, like, nah, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
He seems confused, but he continues to stand there, kind of hiding behind all of you. Yeah, the
I mean,
dwarves.
fair enough.
Yeah.
We're just that much more powerful, so I don't blame them.
And you would have thought.
Well, I suppose we're going to head back to camp and report on what has happened. Well, first we'll probably check out the wreckage and see if there's anything salvageable and ensure that it is fully deactivated. We'll take good care of the remains and ensure that they do not become a danger to anyone else. Thank you all for your help. That's very, very handy. If there's anything else we can do for you, any service we can provide, any carts that we no longer need, just let us know.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep you updated, and this is gonna be the challenge for you all, but that spell, like I said, that we cast, it did wear out. So I'm trusting that you all will be able to bridge the communication barrier. All right.
If there's a problem to solve, we dwarves can solve it. We have mages of our own.
And yet you wanted to murder these people. So
We need the giant. He just like gestures to the giant like metal shrapnel everywhere.
Well, actually, that was our doing. So, I mean,
Yes, and if it hadn't
also,
shown
that
up,
was
we
not a
would've-
living thing.
It was arguably alive.
yeah,
Anyways.
and I'm gonna argue it.
No, QZeth immediately goes into like a crisis. He's just like, I killed something.
Oh no! Well, it was. You weren't even around. It was all Ananias and Mama
I
Swizzle.
didn't stop something from being killed.
Things have died around you already, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, with that interaction more or less wrapped up, what would you guys all like to do?
I sent you a DM.
Me? Oh, sorry. As the
Those
dwarf is.
M's, am I right?
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. We will see what happens with the current opportunities in this session. Might not happen, but soon, I'm sure.
Fair enough.
Cool. Let's see.
All right. Mama Swizzle's just coddling Todd. That's
Mhm.
all she's doing.
Yeah, he seems comforted, and maybe you even gesture to him that things are okay as some of these dwarves, you know, go off towards the wreckage to try to begin evaluating it and picking through the pieces that you guys have left behind. So, it's about maybe 3 p.m. There's some time to travel if you would like to continue on your way, or you could ask
Can I ask
dwarves-
a few questions
Of who?
to the dwarf?
Yeah.
What's the automaton made of?
Oh, that
Metal.
is not a simple question. It's made of a lot of different things.
Is it
Many
made of
precious
metal?
metals, many less precious metals.
I knew it was made of metal.
Yes, you solved it. You figured it out. Good on
Is
you.
it magic?
Well, yes, of course. There's.
Whoa, that was not obvious to me.
You know, a surprising amount of it was actually mechanical, strictly. But there were obviously some power sources that were magical in order to give the thing enough strength to proceed.
What else can you create?
A little bit of everything. We've created some, like, mechanisms that help us travel faster. We've created mechanisms that transport items from here to there. We've even
Wait, what
created.
about from there to here?
We've even created like splints that can help someone who's lost the feeling in their arm or their leg to continue moving it even after it's been, well, destroyed.
That's crazy.
Maybe you
So,
could do something
something
like
that
that for
helps
your
you-
wing, although wings are a bit more delicate work, perhaps. You might
Yeah,
be better
that's
off
not a
asking
part
a
of my
gnome
arc.
for
I'm
help.
sorry.
If you say so.
So something about you can create things that make you travel faster. What's that about?
Oh, we've got carts, we've got motorbikes, we've got animals. We've even created like some mechanized animals. Back in the day, we had like a full mechanized dragon that used to be housed in our citadel to the south of Westwood, but seems that that one has gone missing once we reclaimed the citadel after the calamity.
Gone missing.
Yes, it. I believe some adventurers had something to do with it. Long
Those
time ago.
adventures always messing things up. Am
I
I
know.
right?
It's always the young
Wait,
ones too.
Hey,
No older than 100. No respect for the elderly, or, you know.
never older than 100.
How big was this dragon?
Oh, Why are you so interested in this dragon? It was as big as a dragon is. It was just it was more or less a good approximation of a dragon.
Was it young?
Oh my lord! It was.
Because I'm just thinking back and I'm like, we may have solved another one of your problems that I didn't know about. I know I said before, like only the problems that I knew about, but
We solved all your problems. No. This was a mechanical dragon. Okay.
oh, well,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not
So-
certain that. Well, I think I
We
saw
are
a
certain
blood
it
moon.
was a different dragon.
It had a tongue that Ananias cut off and tried to use to hold acid.
I don't know
Or
what
salt water.
mechanics are.
Oh.
And I have an acid sac from it.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
You still have that acid sac?
By the way, Ananias, your bag is starting to smell a little bit from the tongue beginning to rot. Just a little bit.
Oh,
Is there anything in the tongue right now?
Salt water, I think.
Oh, okay.
She drinks it.
No. Oh, just like instant disease.
All right. I'm gonna take the tongue out of my bag, pour it out.
Was that Nova screeching?
Yeah, that was Nova
Hi,
Hi,
screeching.
Nova.
I feel like at least it's salted, so like wouldn't that help preserve it? So it wouldn't smell too bad, right?
Yeah, the inside is better off than the outside, but
Have you ever
you know.
smelled fresh fish? Massive.
yeah. There's been no
Okay.
effort to preserve the outside of the tongue, which has basically just been sitting in your bag for the past 2 days-ish. So it's,
Ew, this
Getting
is
a little rank.
disgusting.
yeah.
I'm going to offer it as food to the leader of the, not the dwarves,
Oh no! Oh no.
of the fish people.
Okay.
Yeah, this can only go well.
You kind of hand it to Todd, and he's like, oh. And the moment like he gets a whiff of it, even the slimy, smelly, gross like fish person who hasn't ever thought
Well, we
about
talk-
bathing and who
we
has
talked to him
like
about
raw
bathing. He
fish
knows
rotting
about it
around
now.
his camp, he's a little he seems to be a little revolted by it, but he still examines it and kind of holds it in his arms, and he kind of nods appreciatively and says something in a language that you no longer understand.
That's really sweet, honestly, that he didn't just throw it away.
Well, he accepts anything from you because we're essentially like his prophet.
You're gonna come back and they're gonna be like worshipping it or something. Like
Worshipping the
make a
dragon
priestly
tongue.
garb out of it.
They're gonna turn it into like leather.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. So now we know of a mechanical dragon that went missing that might have to do with one of EJ's other campaigns. I wouldn't know anything about that, honestly, but that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm very interested. Ananias is interested in that mechanical dragon.
Oh boy.
But mostly
I'll keep that in
interested
mind
in-
for 20 sessions from now, or 15, 10. It really depends on how things go.
Nova just typed something. If y'all would like to see her wise words,
I
give her a
would
second.
love to see it.
She's in the way. Oh, she sent it.
Boom!
He sent it herself. Very proud.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so we're looking for a faster way to travel. I admit.
Can do. We were. It's a bit experimental, but we were working on a motorbike type thing. We can repurpose some of the parts we've got for this mess of a cart that we whipped together because you rushed us, and we can make something for you to help you on your travels. We have less way to go to get back to our outpost.
Okay. This is gonna be us. Sending. Give it a second. It's sending. It's processing. Don't know why it's taking forever.
Do, 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 do,
Do,
do,
do,
do,
do, do, do, do.
Nice. Honestly, I was imagining like the Breath of the Wild motorcycle.
Vibing.
Oh, that's funny. That would be great.
Alrighty, we'll get right to work on that. It's the least we can do, given all the help you've given us. Very much appreciated. Maybe that's not the best angle of it, but yeah, that kind of vibe. So, is it alright if it takes a day or so to create? Obviously, we weren't preparing to make something like that, so it won't be immediate, but we can make it large enough to accommodate the 5 of you, including the tall one. The
Tall one,
really,
too.
really big one.
Me.
No, Gohan, he's looking at Gohan, who hasn't said anything, who I always, don't know what to do with. I'm so sorry. So, would you like
Y'all
to
okay with that?
Very cool. Would you like to stay in our camp, for the evening? Or you can stay
I
with
don't know.
your Kuotoa friends.
I look at QZ because I don't care.
Yeah, let's stay with you guys because it's a little bit less smelly. You know.
Mama Swizzle's just hanging on to Todd because she doesn't want to let him go.
Cute.
And she's petting him at the same time.
He's a little uncomfortable, like he's holding a rotting dragon tongue, and just like, I wish I could put this down or like move. I'm not sure what this affection is, but I mean, at least I'm not dying. He says something to you, like whispering, possibly like, "Hey, let go of me," but he's just like,
I love you too.
Mama Swizzle.
The amount of beans that we have that we cannot understand.
Oh my gosh. Man, we haven't even got to the meat yet. I didn't expect all this to take an hour. I thought this would take like 10 minutes to get to this point.
Gosh.
So,
Okay.
would you guys like to head back to the camp with the dwarves?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Are you spending the night with them?
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about before
No.
that happens? Okay.
As you're dragging me away from the village, I'm just crying out.
Todd comes over and pats your head too, and
Oh, my
waves. And all of the townspeople are kind of like calling out in languages you don't understand as they're waving to you as the avatars of their god descend across the hilltops out of view. So,
Yay.
let's see.
And we'll
here.
never see those people again.
You might. You never know.
I
Let's
know.
see. Gotta separate some things in my notes because they're all kinds of messed up.
Oh,
As you all are approaching the camp, Ananias, you spot in the trees, in the tree line, in the shadows.
I walk over.
He's not casually leaning against a tree in a suave, trying to be cool pose like he usually is. He's not trying to be hidden and discreet from the rest of the people, as he usually is, off tucked in a corner. He's more or less just in the shadows between two trees, and he's standing there, feet apart, shoulders broad, arms crossed. And as you draw closer to him, it seems that his demeanor is unlike anything you've ever seen. Gone is his confident smile, and the playful glint is his eye, as he taunted his secrets. Now his expression is darkened, sharper, and betrays an intensity behind the stoic facade. He seems
Wow.
Disappointed.
DJ wrote something down.
angry. Well, sometimes.
Ananias, once she is out of sight of the others, fades into the trees, just lets them like walk past her, just slows down, lets like the army of dwarves go on, and she disappears into the trees. And as she does so, her limbs, the feathers on it disappear and shrink back into her skin, returning to like the off-white color that it already was. And she leaves her hood down and returns to her like sunken in face form.
Is that default form?
Instead, her changeling form. Instead of walking with her head down, slouching like she usually does, she's holding herself a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
And she approaches confidently.
Mm-hmm. He seems disappointed and a little bit angry, but perhaps even just the tiniest twinge of fear hidden behind a face that is very stoic, trying to be robotic and unbetraying of his emotions. He just watches you as you approach until you stop in front of him, and he takes a moment before he speaks. It seems I miscalculated. I told you to be careful, and trusted you to look out for your own best self-interest, for our best interests, like you always do. Only for me to look back and find that you recklessly blew yourself up with an unstable fragment of the Shattered Weave, collapsed a tower on your head, nearly drowned and became a dragon snack, and, worst of all, snatched wholeheartedly at the opportunity for godly power, which I already provide. You were a hair's breadth away from escaping the uses I have for you. Frankly, I should congratulate you. I'm not surprised often. I thought I would have more time to tidy up before I was ready for your help, but you leave me no choice. I'll have to accelerate my plans before you do something even stupider, like develop empathy for the fools I align in your path. Come.
He says that for under his breath.
Come. It's time I introduce you to your purpose.
Oh my gosh. This guy's evil. I call it this guy's
Wait a
evil.
second. Wait a second.
Ananias
The
looks-
evil demon spirit is evil? That's so crazy.
What? He already snapped.
Ananias
Thanos snapped a party member out
looks-
of existence.
uncharacteristically smug and proud of herself.
You go.
Uncharacteristically smug? That is like smugness
Like
levels
this
that
is
have
like
never
smug
before
plus
been
12, okay? This is
by,
very smug is
like-
what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the
This is, like,
usual way
dangerous
where
level of smugness.
she would greet this creature was with humility and like a little bit of fear and awe, but that has been replaced by confidence. What she didn't have before, she had always been like told she would never amount to anything, and that she's received a compliment. You know, it changes you, and she's also had the opportunity to take control of a whole civilization, and the fact that that was noticed by the being, and even reveled by the being, which she had tried to become like, has made her cocky. And she takes his hand and walks in pace with him
As you
instead of being led.
So you try to start walking first?
No, I go with him.
Oh, okay.
I wait till he walks, but I walk next to him.
He doesn't start walking. As you hold
And
out
Ananias
your hand.
now is equal. Oh, so they're just both standing there awkwardly.
As you no. Yes, just stares into your eyes, just like you got something right there. Hold on. No.
Something in my teeth, sorry.
Did you have like fish? Yeah. So as you grasp his hand, you feel a strange sensation spread throughout your entire body, emanating from the hand, and you look down to see that you're kind of dissolving in the same way that that Carmen was. Each cell in your body
Lucky
basically
dog.
flying away in a small speck of blue light and then fading out into existence. It's a funny, tickly feeling. It doesn't feel painful, just
Ticklesome.
peaceful, I guess. But it's odd, and the world around you seems to dim and kind of like swim out of existence as though it's fading like watercolors on a page, being washed away. Ananias, Qzeth and Mama Swizzle, could I have you guys just roll a perception to see if you notice Ananias
Fine, I'll
being
take out
gone
my dice.
in the process of all this?
I got a 5. Plus, probably not enough to make any difference.
Uh, 25.
Whoa.
All right, Mama Swizzle.
I have a +7 to perception, so.
Yeah, just out
Whoa, Mama Swizzle sees everything.
of, yeah, just
Mama
you know,
Swizzle sees
out
the
of
future.
out of random curiosity, you're kind of looking around. You look over your shoulder and you just catch a glimpse of Ananias kind of dissolving and then
Do I see
carried
the
away
man?
by a wisp of no. All you see is Ananias disappearing,
Do you see
arm
a dog?
outstretched. But her arm was outstretched behind a tree, so there might have been something there.
Before she completely dissolves, just out of instinct, Mama Swizzle will react and she will shoot her best magic stone through the tree where Ananias is reaching out to.
Oh,
I'm dissolving this party.
are you doing this as an actual stone that you're chucking, or are you like
My fingers, remember?
just fingers or your whole hand now?
Oh, you're right.
Or
Yes.
just spread almost to
Yes,
the
I'm going to
elbow?
do that.
Okay,
I'm going to
wow.
do my whole hand right through the tree.
As a fist or
hand it
a
to him.
grasping motion or what?
Kind of like this, so it can cut through the tree.
As a
easier.
as a
Nice.
bullet, actually.
Yeah, roll
Mama Swizzle's just trying to kill her.
to
Not
hit.
Ananias.
Bam.
She's not aiming right at me necessarily. It depends on
What
how well
roll
she
is
rolls.
that? D20?
What is magic stone? It's just a attack roll
Oh,
plus
right.
your
It's a stone that's
spellcasting plus
magical.
your dexterity, I think.
Let me see.
No, dexterity. It's your spellcasting.
Okay,
Attack.
it's a +7 for my head.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, I got a 21.
Nice. Yeah. Your shot strikes true and pierces straight through the center of the tree, splitting the wood, and causing a small hole in the center. And it just kind of passes through and slams into the bushes beyond, and then your arm kind of comes back to you, sliding through the bushes, and kind of reattaches back onto your stump of your wrist. But you don't see any other results other than dust floating away and disappearing as you now see a small hole in the tree.
Mama Swizzle! Mama Swizzle!
The dwarfs that are with you kind of turn and they're like, "What the? This druid got
Easy
something
still
against
doesn't
trees,
notice.
or?"
Mama Swizzle!
Do I notice that happening?
You're the one disappearing.
Do you
I would
notice
say
yourself
you're-
disappearing?
You're
It's a great
already disappeared by the time that happens, so no, you don't notice that.
Okay.
You basically see the world kind of melting away around you, and then there's nothing but whiteness around you for a moment as you're just kind of still grasping the Wanderer's hand.
Wow.
And
EJ went the controversial way of death.
Yeah,
It's just
instead of white,
whiteness, not
yeah.
blackness.
yeah. I'm sorry. Just,
That's funny.
decided to bring out my racism.
Mhm.
For a moment, there's nothing but white and the Wanderer's piercing gaze.
Just like America.
And then the land or the surroundings begin to once again fade into view. You see the particulates that form your body kind of reconstituting, and find yourself in a vastly different location than you were before. You are staring at surroundings that look like. How should I describe this? Should have written this down, honestly.
Clearly.
How about we come back to this? Give me a little chance to think about it a little bit. In the meantime, Qzeth and Mama Swizzle, would you like to do anything upon
Mama
realizing that
Swizzle-
Ananias is no longer with you?
Well, Mama Swizzle runs to where she saw Ananias disappearing,
Mm-hmm.
and she's trying to figure out what's going on. I'd like to cast Detect Magic in the area.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Yuzi does
You.
not know what to do. He has no. He's just like. So,
Let's see.
by all means, go.
Well, Mama Swizzle tried getting your attention.
I
Putting
love
our
Mama
hood
It
on
Swizzle.
and
literally
off.
didn't
So
work at
cute.
first because I rolled so low. It was just like you just
Wow.
one of those, the dwarves noticed before me.
Qzeth is like.
He's still riding off the high of spreading the religion.
That's hilarious.
Okay. That doesn't answer my question. Thank you, Internet.
It tells you the faint aura within
I know.
30 feet in front of you. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which class of magic it is to give you the correct color.
Ah, okay. And being a sage, will I automatically know what that color means? Since I've been around a while.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, you would
Okay,
for
cool.
sure know. Bruh, why is it not? Oh, okay. So, yes, Mama Swizzle, as you are casting this, you are seeing just the faintest. It's fading because the spell is actively being dissipated as you're arriving, but the final particles that you're seeing fade away are purple, and the glow kind of fades from the area as you arrive. Yes, but there is no longer any. Ooh, you know what?
No, I don't know what. Tell me what.
Tell me what?
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Tell me what?
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Now
Tell me what?
I ain't ever gonna hear you say.
There's.
Mama Swizzle.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you see purple particles and another color as Ananias is disappearing, but I can't figure out what that other color is. We'll just say orange for now.
Orang.
So
Blue.
where behind the tree was purple. Where Ananias is disappearing, the particles are orange.
Orang.
But
Okay, and
the little
what do
sparks
these
were
mean to
blue.
me?
But this
Sparks.
is orang.
Yes, this is the glow of the type of magic.
Detect magic.
Yes.
Okay.
So it highlights the residue differently.
Okay,
It's like when
and
you,
what
have a
do
black
these
light.
colors mean to me?
Okay, that is that much easier than trying to research what color things should be.
Yeah,
So-
you probably just
yeah,
should have
sorry.
started with that.
The purple indicates to you illusion magic of some kind. The orange is foreign to you. It's a shade that you have not experienced all that often. It's close to like summoning and desummoning magic, whatever color that's supposed to be that I did not look up properly because I couldn't figure it out in time. But it's got a distinct twinge to it that makes it different, as though it's like more full, more complex.
Okay.
And as you watch, it vanishes. Last particles are gone. Whatever spell was there seems to be there no more. But you do notice, floating off, the little orange particles. Even though the blue residue that was visible is gone, you see the orange kind of glowing marker. Just go straight up until you can't see it anymore. Into the sky. In the direction of the large looming moon.
Is it possible for me to try and track the illusion particle?
The illusion particles dissipate and are no longer there at all. The orange ones are the
Ooh,
ones
they're
that mark Ananias. Those are the ones that remain.
Are there 2 sets of that? One for Ananias, one for the other guy?
Nope. Just one.
That's so okay.
The purple ones are the ones where he was, and they are gone.
You said there was a tree where that I shot through.
Yes.
I'd like to take animal form and climb up it as a monkey and try to look for anyone suspicious nearby.
I see. Alright, yeah. You climb up the tree, you look around. Give me your best perception roll.
Whoop. Went way back there. 1 second. That is a 13 plus 7, dirty 20.
You don't see anyone else in the area. Perhaps there's no one to be seen, other than the ones you already were walking with.
Can I use detect magic or what? No, that would be too far away. Never mind.
You're already using it still. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It's,
And that
it's a spell
wouldn't
that
give
lasts
me a-
until you lose your concentration.
And there's no faint illusion particles leading away.
Nope, the illusion seems to have just been snuffed out, leaving no trace.
Well, I go back to the ground, transform back to Mama Swizzle.
Dun dun dun. And another one bites the dust. Dun, dun, dun.
And I look
No,
for
that's-
QZ, who happens to be singing in the front back.
QZ is so, like, intentionally, stubbornly oblivious at all times. It's hilarious.
And she pokes him in the side with her stone fingers.
Mama Swizzle, what happened?
Mama Swizzle! She points at the tree, and then she puts her head up and then down.
What?
You made a hole in the tree? What, was there a squirrel or something?
No.
Mama Swizzle!
Oh my
You
god.
put a hood in the tree.
They're gone?
You're shooting up the place like the hood.
What took her, Mama Swizzle?
Mama Swizzle!
Well, you're gonna know more than me.
I look at my ring, and I try to speak into my ring to see if it translates for me.
What are you saying?
I'm saying someone made her disappear.
You hear Mama Swizzle's voice, but instead of
says
saying
Mama
Mama Swizzle, it does say what Mama Swizzle intended to say.
Someone made her disappear? Well, I assume you don't know who.
I tried to
These
stop them, but they
rings.
disappeared.
Also, but Mama Swizzle,
Yeah,
you do hear an echo of
hope
your own
so.
voice, because you have 2 rings. It's a little disorienting.
Well, I have one on the other hand, so I'm kind of keeping that away.
Mhm. Oh, you have one on each hand? Gotcha.
Yeah,
well,
one
it
on
doesn't
each.
matter, because it's, like, being translated into your own head.
Well, echo, echo, echo,
A
echo.
little bit.
But it's like almost simultaneous. It's just it takes longer to travel through the left hand than the right hand.
Okay, so you said I did everything I could to stop her? What did you say exactly? I forgot.
Whoever was disappeared before I could stop them.
What are we gonna do? We lost
Sorry.
Harmon and
Bless you.
Mama Swizzle. We're gonna have to find them. I don't. Where were they taken?
I don't know. It's some kind of conjuring magic I've never seen before.
Wait, how can he understand her?
The rings.
I'm talking through the
Because we
ring.
said so.
Oh. But I thought last time Mama Swizzle talked through the ring, it sounded like gibberish.
She didn't try.
It's because it was brand new at the time.
Oh.
She didn't try talking
Apparently
through
she
the
didn't
ring.
try. Okay.
Oh, okay. No, while I was
I
on
feel
her
like
back,
we did
right?
try. Yeah, I feel like we did try. But
We
it's
did
fine.
try, but
Mama Swizzle just said, "Mama Swizzle," but didn't try talking into the ring.
Oh, okay, yeah, you have to
You were not
Right.
direct enough with your speaking.
talk.
Mama Swizzle, do you have any emotions or anything as a result of being understood for once?
Mama
Mama
Swizzle
Swizzle was
just
always
panicked.
understood.
She's
In
just
fact,
what?
QZ notices
panicking
no
right now.
change.
I see. Fair enough. She needs a hug, a comforting hug.
We're gonna have
Feel
to find
calmed.
where they've been taken. We'll have to talk to someone who knows more about magic.
I still don't know how you understand her.
Mama Swizzle.
It's just,
magic.
you know, but after we've been companions for so long.
Well, I would say I wish that I had that kind of bond, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I do.
Well,
So, what should we do now that we lost our third companion? She was my favorite one. Now I'm stuck with you.
Third companion?
Bro, Ananias would have cried.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was three of us, and we had Carmen, so we lost our fourth and our third.
Yeah, I see. I thought you were saying we lost one, then we lost another, then we lost a third. And I'm like, who's the third one?
We lost my helmet.
Oh no!
That's true. This is
No! At least he has given you one final gift.
the gift of communication.
Yay!
Just so Ray doesn't go completely crazy while he's waiting for his next character.
hooray. Got it. Hooray.
Hooray.
Hooray!
It's really funny because you guys have had the Rusty since session 5 and did nothing with him for that long. 20 sessions
I was
later.
completely unaware.
If he was still sentient, he had a lot of other information he could have given you too, but I guess now
Why would
he's
we want
dead,
that?
more or less.
Well, we could recombine him and maybe get his soul
um,
back.
So here's the thing: QZ doesn't know much about Rusty, but I think he might have put together that they were communicating from a distance. So he's gonna try and talk to Ananias using Rusty.
hmm
Ooh, I wonder if it travels across planes. Oh, this is exciting. Oh my gosh. Ethan has to make a decision.
I
already have it.
I have one thought, and I don't know if it's gonna work. Rusty, come on, buddy. Pull out one more time. Ananias, speaking into the ring. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Ananias?
I do have to make a decision, but it's not the decision that you're thinking.
Wait, Ethan has to make a decision, but it's not the decision that I'm thinking.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay, so he's already made a decision on whether or not it can communicate.
I'm calculating distances and time and things.
Hurry up, put that meme up where his face is.
Equations.
Very good.
Okay. How... Yeah, we'll say. That's good enough. So, Ananias. Things fade in your surroundings. Instead of a lush forest at daytime, you are now seeing a barren
Lush forest at
wasteland.
nighttime.
More or less
Shut up.
a barren wasteland. The ground is gray, covered in rocks, and some strange, what look like riverbeds of some residue of some kind. It looks black and red, but it's mostly like dried up, as though there was some like long vine tendrils that have since kind of disappeared, rotted away. Just crisscrossing the landscape everywhere. Around you are large pillars of stone and what seem to be box-like buildings of some kind all around. Not terribly close, but distantly you see just large buildings across the flat landscape. There are large spiked stones or crystals of some kind across this alien landscape.
Are they gray?
I'm gonna go with no. The large spikes are blue.
Color's the sky.
Yabadai?
The sky is the same color, but everything feels. But it's foggy. There's like a lot of dust particulates in the air, and there's a slight breeze kicking up small, little swirling clouds of dust. It's similar to Colville's ash in some sense.
So it's like ash.
It is
Like
not
white
ash.
dust?
This is gray dust, almost like moon rocks or something. And as you're looking around trying to get your bearings, it just is such a empty expanse. It's like a huge void around you, and you look up, seeing the only real hint of color is high above you. You see the lush green continents of the world that you call home. High above you. It seems that you may be on Roche, the large moon that always orbits the planet that you are on.
Can I see any of like the connecting like lines, any shipping or anything?
It is far too small for you to be able to see anything, any details of the planet below you. It is very distant. There are some noticeable features of, weather patterns here and there, but nothing terribly that stands out that is man-made.
I was wondering like if there was like connecting highways of like stuff traveling between the moon and the planet.
No. It
Okay.
seems desolate. What little you know of the moon is that it is intentionally left barren because all those who try to explore it are never seen again, other than those who explore very close to where the two planets are centralized, like tidally locked together, because there's a city that was built between them, but outside of a very small bit of exploration immediately around there, nobody really goes to the moon on any spot of it. So this is
Okay.
unprecedented. And you see, well,
Are we on the back side of it? Like what are we?
No,
We can
because
see.
you can see the other planet. You're still.
Can I see the city?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Not from where you are. So you are suddenly faced with this feeling of being on a large, relatively smooth, except for all the like rugged cracks and everything, but very like flat kind of surface, feeling like a flea on a dog or something, looking out and realizing how small you really are in a vast expanse. The Wanderer still has his arm clamped around you, and suddenly your hand passes through his and releases you. And he turns without a word to begin walking towards one of these cube-like buildings, these squares upon the surface. Then you hear just the last thing that was said, as you have just now reconstituted, and you hear the last bit of that conversation when Cuseath tries to speak to you. But you did not hear any of Mama Swizzles talking earlier for the last however
because
many
I'm better.
minutes. QZ, what did you say?
Basically,
And
like the last part of it, or just like my whole sentence.
Whatever you said last, trying to contact
It was like,
Ananias.
"Come on, Rusty, I need you to work."
Oh,
Ananias, Ananias, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
it seems a little faint, but you do hear QZ's voice in your head saying, Ananias, can you hear me? Ananias!
So that's what I sound like to E EJ.
oh, that's funny. I can hear it. Like, how faint is it?
It sounds like he's yelling from like 300 feet away, but you can understand him still.
Ooh, that's far. Okay. I will just reply at my normal talking voice. Be like, "Yeah, I can hear you."
It sounds like
Can you hear me?
Ananias is yelling from far away, but you can hear her. Just, it's a little difficult to interpret.
Can you speak up? I can barely hear you.
Yeah.
Makes no effort to speak up.
Literally, actually is quieter now.
Yeah, for sure.
I shouldn't have even asked. Are you okay? Where are you?
I'm on an errand.
Getting milk.
That's what she calls
Get
it.
back from your errand. We need
I'm
you
busy.
here.
Give me a minute.
By the way, Mama Swizzle, you can hear all this too. Everything
Okay.
that's being said both ways. In fact, you hear it twice, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
fun.
actually understand.
I have it
me.
one on each ear. Hey,
wow,
that's round sound!
True.
it's like stereo. Like she's right in the room.
Oh.
uh, that's all I say. I say, can't right now. Running an errand.
Where did you go? Are you safe?
Yes,
Who took you?
me.
Mama Swizzle said you? Mama Swizzle said someone else took you.
Nope.
I don't think Mama Swizzle would lie. She's never lied in the past. Well, maybe she missed Saul. But you're okay?
Yep.
When can we expect you back?
Least social person in the world.
Me
Especially
texting.
for the strawberry goose.
You're so right.
I don't know.
Okay, well, keep us updated. We're really worried.
I'll be right back. I take the ring out of my ear and I place it onto my finger.
Mm.
Okay.
So yeah, no longer wearing it. Can't hear them.
Still wearing it.
No longer wearing it here, where I can
Literally,
hear them.
we've established
can
now that
still
it
hear.
connects to our minds.
Wait, so even if we're wearing it and our hand is down there?
That's what's
Yeah.
happening with the others. You maybe
Okay, well I don't know that, so I put it on my hand.
Yeah, you might hear him
Oh my
again and be like,
goodness,
"What?
they're
I
still
thought I got
talking
rid of this thing."
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, what the heck?
Take that, Rusty. Never getting this ring back. Okay. So, either one of you, how do you? I mean, I guess Ananias, you're just following the Wanderer as he gracefully floats across the landscape, more or less, leaving no footprints.
Is this moon smaller than the planet, I guess?
Nope.
Because we're floating?
Nope.
Same gravity?
It is the same gravity, it feels like.
Okay.
And yeah, the moon is the same size, almost exactly, as the two worlds orbit each other. Permanently locked to the same orientation at all times. But the Wanderer
Awesome.
just seems to kind of, you know, his feet glide across the ground, like he's not actually using it to propel himself forward, and there's no footprints in the in the dust as he steps, but you leave footprints that retain their shape pretty well, just like they do on our moon.
Awesome. There's no wind.
Just a slight breeze kicking up copious amounts of loose dust. Very, very
So
small
there
particulates.
is an atmosphere where we're at,
There is.
and it's breathable. Gotcha.
Yes. Yes. It appears that due to the planets being close to each other, all the air kind of gets mixed around across them both, so there's no difference between the atmosphere.
Now that is.
And I
like-
would have never been here before.
Nope. Never ever.
Do
This
I
is
know?
Crazy.
Do I know that we have a city connecting these? Would I have known that?
Probably. Most people have probably heard of the Hourglass, or
You thinking
Gravitates,
about making it a summer
Carantulus,
home?
or Gravitas Minima, whoever calls it different things, depending on where you're from, but everyone would probably know that there is a city, or at least be, like, vaguely familiar with that there is one, even if you don't know much about it.
Okay.
It's the kind of thing where any child will look up in the sky, see that, you know, half the sky is taken up by a giant moon right beside them, and be like, "Whoa, what's that?" And then, you know, a parent would tell their child, "Oh yeah, there's a city connecting the worlds, and if you're very special someday, you might go there and check it out or something." But that's like
Yeah,
going
so-
to Disney someday, and we don't have that kind of money, so.
So I recognize that this is the moon, and I recognize that's the planet I am previously from.
Yeah, you would recognize
Okay.
that this. I mean, just because you've never seen anywhere this desolate and everything feels so strange, you have no idea where you could be other than that. But the concept is very strange because no one's ever been here, as far as you know.
Feels like home.
Yeah. For now, let's say, could I have you roll me perception real quick?
I got a 10.
Okay. The Wanderer's gonna talk to you, but I think maybe we can leave that for next session. There is a couple things that might be worth covering with Mama Swizzle and Qzeth first. So, Qzeth and Mama Swizzle, how do you react to Ananias's curt responses and parent hanging up?
Honestly, I feel like I'm just relieved that they're okay. You know?
How are you getting back?
I mean, yeah, I was like, when
Can
are
I
you
still
coming
hear them?
back? Whatever.
If they speak.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Well,
do
I
they
feel-
say anything?
I feel like if she's not focusing, like she wouldn't necessarily hear. I guess it's your choice, but
Well, if you speak into the ring, Ananias, while having the ring on, will hear.
gotcha.
It depends on if you're going to be talking into the ring or if you're just going to speak normally to Mama Swizzle because you're right beside her and you don't need to
Mhm.
speak into the ring, but Mama Swizzle would have to be speaking into the ring to be understood.
Hmm.
I still have no idea what you guys are talking
Um,
about. Are you like having a drug trip
Yeah.
here?
Okay.
You're like
fine,
talking to
I
people
bel-
that aren't here.
So remember? Do you remember Rusty? You don't remember Rusty, do you?
Rusty. Oh, I mean, I was there when you started talking to that helmet and all that.
Yeah,
I wasn't
exactly,
particularly involved.
Yeah. Well, he's a ring now. That's basically it.
Yep, that's it.
And you're
He
talking
got
to
it.
him. Gotcha. Okay, cool. That's all I need to know.
And he's like whispering to his friends, "These guys are loons."
Yeah.
Hey.
What the heck?
I was dancing.
Gotcha.
Ah.
I
Understand.
got snacks, so I felt like dancing.
Ah. Man, I
Where are
need to
you?
get some snacks that make me want to dance.
EJ, you're a snack that makes me want to dance.
Thank you.
I
Welcome.
into the coffee
A
shop.
compliment I will
and then
treasure
my
forever.
jaw dropped. All the girl who
Yes.
danced
Second
dance.
compliment.
It made me want to dance.
Oh,
Started to advance to tell her that I liked her pants. But then my brain said, stop. You're gonna make
Don't
it
make
weird.
it weird.
Okay.
Looking at this room, you're gonna mess her flow. So you should probably just not. I said that's really dumb.
So Gohan continues walking and stops paying attention to your conversation, kind of keeps walking ahead, as though he's excited to get back to the camp and take a rest after trudging through the swamp and all that. The dwarves don't really seem to even notice that Ananias is gone. You guys have probably slowed down and ended up at the back of the pack now, as a result of, you know, checking on your friend.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you would like to talk about as you're
No.
continuing on towards the camp?
Not really, I don't think. Like, I don't know what else there's to say. Oh my goodness.
Actually, what I'd like to do is I'm going to say into the ring to talk to
Ant of Nias.
not Ananias, QZ.
Wow, we're beside each other? Oh, well, I guess you have to translate. Sure.
Yeah. So you know when you found me crushed under all that rebel when we first met, right?
What the heck? Why
That
can I
was
still
not
hear
when
them?
we first met.
Yeah.
Well, it was practically when we first met.
But yes, I remember how you died, and I was very sad, and then you...
Wait, I can understand Mama
Surprise.
Swizzle? Who's that talking? Who's
I bet
there?
that you're talking into your own ring as well.
Well, I did die. That's the thing. I died.
But- But you're here.
Yes, I'm
This
immortal.
is fake news.
No,
What?
I'm immortal.
What?
I can't die.
Kizzy
I
stabs. Kizzy stabs.
Oh
No,
Are you serious? I'll roll the initiative right now.
I'm joking.
no!
He's like, I'll test that.
What does that?
How long have you been immortal? When did this happen? What? Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I feel like I'm like listening in on like teenage girls gossiping, and I'm like, wait, do I recognize that this is Mama Swizzle? Does it
Yes.
sound like how Mama Swizzle would sound?
Yes. Exactly
Okay.
like how Mama Swizzle sounds, except for the Mama Swizzling.
Lack
Okay.
share of Mama Sizzling.
I've been immortal for hundreds of years now. It's a curse placed upon me by the god of the hunt.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a pretty good curse, not gonna lie.
I mean, it's terrible because when I die, I feel everything, and when I revive, I feel everything.
Her body continues to spoil while her mind remains.
Oh yeah, and I met some kind of dark creature when I died under that rebel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it petrified my first finger, and I noticed that every time I get upset, I get more petrified.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. We need to get you some like anti-anxiety pills or something, like get you mellowed out here. Is that what we're thinking?
I don't know. It's just like sometimes it just boils in me. I could just be sitting. It's kind of like with Rusty. We were going to make him into a dagger, right? Well,
I
I
do
was
remember
just,
that. Yeah.
I was just standing there watching them transfer him from the furnace to the mold, and something boiled up inside of me. I just dug my fingers right in. That's why he's
You monster!
I couldn't control it for some reason.
Okay, well I guess I'll have to keep an extra eye on you, Mama Swizzle. I'm sorry I haven't been.
That's kind of why I've been feeling more
Swizzly.
Swizzly, yes.
Yeah. Wait, also, that is your name, right?
Mama Swizzle? Yes, that's my name.
I knew it. You see, so many people were doubting.
I never was a mama, though.
What?
Coming with immortality, that kind of me as well.
You hear a
Okay.
sinister laugh in your head, Mama Swizzle.
Did you hear that?
Describe it? I hear a lot of things.
I heard a sinister laugh.
A sinister, like, was it a tee hee 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 hee? Or
It's more like a
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't hear that.
It was more or less right after you said the thing about you lost control. You couldn't like stop yourself. That's when it happened. I just was trying to give you guys a chance to continue.
I don't translate that part. Yeah. So now you know.
Yeah, thanks. If you, like, are you able to, like, talk when you're having these urges? Because if you can, like, let me know or give me a heads up that you're feeling the craving to murder, like, that'd good to know.
Out of character, DM, do I know I'm getting these cravings, or is it just like that for me?
You can tell that something is not right ever since being touched by that entity in the afterlife. You have had these, flashes of doing things that aren't like you. You're usually very, respectful of nature and unwilling to kill and all that, but some of your behavior recently has been, and your urges have been uncontrollable, like bloodlust to kill the dragon, and grabbing at Rusty, and even beheading that dude who was trying to kill Gohan.
But would I be able to do what he's asking me to do? Tell him, hey, I'm starting to feel this urge?
Tell who?
Me.
Yeah, you can tell him if you want. What do you mean? Would you be
Like,
unable
when it's
to?
coming up, like, as it's happening,
Oh.
like, as he's having the urge.
I mean, yeah, if you...
While I may be aware of it, I may not have control to say, hey, QZ, I feel like killing this guy!
You have enough control to fight it. It's not overwhelming, it's not uncontrollable. You're still choosing whether or not you give in at this point, but it's getting harder every time you give in.
Right.
It is more difficult to resist the temptation.
Okay, well, I'll relay that part there. That
It's more difficult?
Yeah.
Well, let's try and make sure that you don't anymore, then. That seems like the best option.
It was really, really hard to resist after you killed the dragon. That seems to spike up the difficulty immensely once you had to resist for Rusty. And thus, it was more of a saving roll than just decision.
I don't relay that because I'm not aware of that myself.
Gotcha.
To tell how hard things are, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you can tell that you're maybe starting to lose yourself more than you would be willing to admit.
Perhaps we can study who this dark one is. Okay, out of character again. I know the cultists were praising a what again? A black raven? Dark raven?
They called it the Unknown Raven, yes.
The Unknown Raven. Okay. Perhaps this dark one is the Unknown Raven I met.
Again, you hear the dark, soft voice. Good.
Did you hear that?
I'm not hearing these things, like...
I just heard another sinister voice.
Man, all the supernatural influence all of a sudden.
Yeah, a lot.
Me out. I feel like we just need to, like, take a break or something. You're, yeah, like
That
get
might
some
be a good
rest.
idea. I am getting tired. I went
Hmm.
through all that with Ananias earlier.
Yeah. And I mean,
While
being
I'm
immortal and
walking
all
with the
apparently doesn't
Wanderer
stop you from sleeping.
and I'm listening, I'm going to ask him if he knows anything about Mama Swizzle's affliction.
My immortality.
Okay. The curse, you mean?
Yes,
Gotcha.
her affliction.
Mm-hmm. The
I
Wanderer
got you.
doesn't turn to you as you speak to the back of his head. He listens, though, and as you ask him, how do you phrase it?
What are you doing in my swamp?
I don't say that. I ask, do you know anything about Mama Swizzle's affliction?
Yes.
What can you tell me?
What can I or what will I? There are some things,
Both.
some intricate parts of my schemes that I would prefer not to speak about. It makes things easier that way.
Do you know
Let's-
which affliction I'm speaking of?
Well, did you not just hear it in your head?
Oh, so he
You're what?
knows what we were talking about.
It can hear us talking.
Seems your friend just told you about it.
Well, we did just talk about 2 of my 3.
That gave me
afflictions.
information. Good to know. Okay. Thanks, CJ. Ananias
Don't
thinks
assume
that.
too much. That there's still ambiguity.
Understood. Well, Ananias can assume whatever she wants. She's good at jumping to conclusions.
That is true.
And I want this character to jump to conclusions.
That is
That's
true.
hilarious.
I'm
Always
just
good at
saying, you as the
combat.
player don't assume that you understand it for sure yet.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Because it
Boy.
could be he can read your mind, or it could just be that he's still keeping an eye on Mama Swizzle and can see that you guys are communicating.
Boom, boom, boom.
Whoa, those are ideas. I didn't think of either one of those. But now I know
What did
one
you
of those.
think
is
of?
true.
Now I want to know.
I thought he could hear the rings.
Ah, I see.
That's what I thought. But
Hmm.
those are also conclusions I could have come to, and now I know one of those is real as the outsider.
How do you know? There's still ambiguity. It could be what you said as well.
It's one of those.
I just didn't think about listing that because I didn't want to give you that idea.
You're so funny. Okay. Thanks, EJ. So not her original affliction, the one she has now.
What do
The
you mean original infliction?
stone fingers.
Oh, so he doesn't know about my original.
The new one, that is not part of my plan. That was certainly a surprise. I cannot tell you much about it, but I can tell you it puts a damper on my plans for your group. I
His plans
hope
for the
that
whole
it does
group?
not spread to the point where she becomes a vessel of someone else's plans.
El Gaspe.
That could certainly send things awry.
I'm asking, is there a way to stop it or slow it?
First, you must find out the nature of it. Even I have limits.
Roll a nature check.
I only
Shut
know.
up.
I only know what I've overheard.
It's the least used roll. Come on, do it.
If luck would have it, perhaps a priest or a, a priest or a
Priest-like being.
wizard might be able to diagnose her condition better than I could from afar.
Do you know the name of the creature that cursed her?
The one that cursed her
this.
originally, or the one who cursed her recently?
With this.
The second one. I have a guess.
Is it Alfred?
The unknown raven.
Not Alfred.
I know.
The unknown rape.
I know her
Okay.
as the Raven Queen.
Yas, Queen.
She hungers for power in a world not her own, and she will do anything to obtain it. She will
Now,
steal.
Ethan, from my prior knowledge, what do I know about the unknown raven?
Oh, for your cult?
Yeah, from my cult.
Let's see. Okay, to recap basically what your cult believed, Shadow, the Hag, Antera, and Shadow's brother, whose name is escaping me right now. That guy. Those three were servants of their boss, Lord Colville, when he tried to basically open a portal to the Shadowfell to like let the Raven Queen through to have dominion in either world or unite the planes together or something like that. But Lord Colville failed, blew himself up, and turned into a shadow guy, I guess, leaving those three to found the cult and try to continue the work of bringing together the land of the dead with the land of the living, and granting their patron or the god they worship, the Raven Queen, or they know her as the Unknown Raven, granting her dominion to restore some semblance of life to those who are gone and bring them back to the material world, or basically unite the two worlds together, which has pros and cons, I guess. That is the extent of what you know at this point.
That last part I remembered.
Yeah, regarding her existence, you don't really know much about her, just that she's very powerful, has mysterious, unknown plans, unknown nature. She's really just an
Unknown.
idea at this point. They call her the
Okay.
Unknown Raven because her visage appears to be like a black feathered mass, but no real like solid form at this point. She's
a
kind
little
of
spooky.
an enigma. But she reaches out at some points, whispering promises of a better world to those who are willing to heed her calls.
Okay.
At least that's what she says.
Are you on bad terms with
Oh, did I-
Raven Queen?
Oh, okay, sorry. All of that was
And now
DM.
I'm talking.
Gotcha.
Now I'm talking to him.
I have never interacted with her before. She is an enemy. Similar to the one I seek to fight against with my overall plans.
Wow, he just gave so much away in that one sentence.
The enemy I wish
Is
to
the
fight
Untitled
against
Goose.
with my overline plans.
I cracked the code. This is the Untitled Goose.
The enemy in which I want to hurt. My adversary, which I am planning to overthrow.
Basically.
Maybe he
You're
just
being
stops.
sarcastic,
Maybe
right?
he just stops
Ray?
at my enemy or whatever. Then whatever bad phrasing or dumb sounding thing I said, forget it.
Oh, it wasn't dumb.
Okay.
Ray was making a joke that you didn't give away anything.
No,
Oh,
I didn't make that joke. I actually meant that he gave away a lot with that sentence.
I thought he gave away nothing.
Well,
Girl.
Ray knows everything now. But only Ray.
He could have had other plans, but now we know he's doing it specifically to take out an enemy.
Okay, that makes sense that you think that.
This guy's sneaky. He's got secrets. He might be telling complete lies. You never know.
That is true.
Or do I?
Do you have?
All right. I will treat her as such then, an enemy.
Good. Do not trust whatever plans she has with your friend. If you can help sorry, that would be wise.
I will.
Very good. We're drawing close now. How do you feel about grave robbing?
Wobbly.
I've never been much a fan of it.
I think that's a good point to end the Ananias side for the session. You guys have time for just a little more with QZeth and Mama Swizzle?
I'm good.
Don't know what more we would be saying, but sure.
Mama Swizzle.
Because we're just trying to go and rest at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were conversating about the unknown raven, whatever you guys know about it, QZeth and Mama Swizzle, and then Ananias had that side conversation based off something you said that gave her information. But you guys are just continuing your conversation if you'd like to finish it up.
I feel like we had actually pretty much finished, where we were just like, you probably need to get some sleep, and Ray was like, yeah, I probably should. It's been a long time.
Gotcha. So, yeah, Mama Swizzle, as you continued to speak into the ring repeatedly, and the voice, the sinister voice, unfamiliar, popped into your head. As you're finishing up your conversation, just a big tree branch just kind of cracks, snaps, and falls to the ground, to the forest floor off to your right, and then another off to your left on the sides of the path.
Was that right?
Doesn't cause any damage, just kind of is odd, like a squirrel ate too many nuts and, suddenly just increased in weight, and the forest kind of responded in kind.
I just jump at that happening.
There's nothing to see, just some branches snapping off and falling, each maybe 2 inches around.
Mama Swizzle. Oh, there's really not much I can do right now. It's probably just best to put us to sleep.
You each make it back to the camp, and I guess relax in a tent. Maybe the same storage tent as before, if you're okay with it, although the leader will be trying to grant you additional upgraded lodging as a result of your heroics today.
Yay, for her
Either
work.
way, you all find a place to rest for the night, and Mama Swizzle, as you fall asleep and fall once again into the realm of nightmares that Sylvanus has been torturing you with for every night, more or less. Sometimes he misses a few, but most nights he torments you in your dreams. This night, it's just darkness, a void of black all around, nothing at all.
No white.
Nothing to bother you, yeah.
Unlike what I experienced.
Exactly. And then you hear a voice, the same one as before. Hello, mortal. Behind you. That's where we'll pick up next session.
Okay.
Is that Twilight Zone?
I don't know.
Well, the campaign has taken a turn.
How's it now?
How do you all feel?
I feel
Excited.
left.
You feel left? Not right?
Yeah, not right. Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, there's been a lot going on, but yeah, you scared the Wanderer. He's accelerating his plans as a result of your actions, so
Good.
well done. had a lot
That's
of
very
things
funny.
prepared for so long that I'm, excited for you all to get to. It'll happen
Yeah.
soon. But
That's very exciting.
Indeed.
yes. And Kuzith's god is a part of the picture more now than he was before. He didn't have as much power.
We gave him so much more power by getting all these new followers.
Yeah, you gave him a kickstart.
Mhm.
Maybe more.
He was like half asleep before, like starting to die, and then all of a sudden, boom! The energy,
Yeah.
unlimited power.
I like how all 3 of our like quest lines just like got boosted all at once. I think that was very good timing.
Yeah. If only Carmen were here.
Yeah.
Find out what's
poor
happening with
Carmen.
hers.
Well, I mean, obviously, Ananias is going to find Carmen.
Carmen is with the Untitled Goose God right now.
It's Carmen's grave that they're robbing.
No!
I recognize this body. Yes, this is your final task to join the dark side.
Oh
You
no.
must kill your former master.
Oh no.
You were my
Yeah.
brother, Ananias. I loved you.
Is this a Star Wars reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice job.
I knew it.
hate you.
I want to hear Ray's thoughts, or did you? Because you were saying that
Then
you're
you
like
are
piecing together all the
lost.
mysteries. I want to hear like what Ray's fancy brain is thinking.
What?
What did you put together, Ray?
I mean, I know.
So far, I'm assuming that there's a fight against some really powerful beings, between some really powerful beings.
I
and
like.
y'all are
I
caught
don't
right in the middle
know
of
who.
it.
What?
And y'all are caught right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I don't know who the Wanderer's enemy is, but I have a guess that it could be either Untitled Goose God, some random god we have yet to hear of, or it probably could even be the god of the hunt, as far as I know.
Who has not come yet into play. For anybody but you, I should say.
Yeah.
I really
Um,
doubt it's the god of the hunt.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
the
the
reason
only
why I
person
bring
in the
that
entire
up-
world they care about.
The reason why I bring that up is because he did mention that I was a part of his plan,
Oh, we're all a part of
originally,
some god's plan.
but
it doesn't make you
the
special.
curse he already said was part of it. So either he planned for the god of the hunt to do that, or he's using the god of the hunt's curse as part of his plan.
I think it's the latter. Especially because being immortal puts you in a unique place. Not very many things alive have that going for them. And
Wait, you're saying most things are not immortal?
I'm saying most things are not immortal, and
We
I'm
cannot
saying
be
that
certain of that.
that makes you useful.
You have no proof.
And I don't know. I would have no idea what sort of use QZ has, and it seems like maybe QZ has just gotten like dragged into this.
Yeah, no, that's the entire thing.
He's really good at misunderstanding people.
He's been in way over his head the entire time.
Oh boy.
But that was kind of like his entire life, was just getting in over his head. So he was like used to it.
He's used to it. Oh, this is just
Yeah.
a normal Tuesday for him.
He's the type of person who was like, when he doesn't have like 50 things going on and like stress levels through the roof, like he actually becomes like anxious in a whole new way that hurts worse.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh.
And then I got really excited when EJ said she was on the moon. But I can't say much from that because I'm not sure how that's going to turn out yet.
So you're just excited that it's being finally put into play after 25 sessions of it being completely irrelevant.
That
All the
too.
world building. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
That's half of it.
Man, there's so much like lore behind the scenes that I'm like holding back so I just don't like wash it over you guys.
I know, right?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited, EJ.
Oh lord.
Oh boy, I'm excited too. This is fun. I wish our sessions could be longer, but alas. And I wish Light were back. Oh,
That's the bigger thing in my opinion.
yeah.
Mhm.
We could get someone else to like be a fill-in for the party, just in the meantime or something.
I don't think that it's like the party's too small or anything. I think 3 is fine for a
Mhm.
party.
It's just I miss her backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I miss Light herself as well, but
You know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's well, I can't give spoilers.
I mean,
Like,
There's
just because you
you
guys
shouldn't.
left Lunamis doesn't mean that things stopped happening in Lunamis while you guys are gone. So
I don't know. That sounds unlikely to me.
yeah, it should be a fun time.
Yeah, I'm sure things are still happening. Thankfully it hasn't been too long. It's only been a couple days. Like, what can happen in a couple days, right, EJ?
Civil War.
EJ, right, EJ? EJ.
You just knocked down a giant thing and caused a huge crater in like 5 minutes. So
Yeah, and I almost became God.
yeah, things can change very
Wow.
quickly in D&D. The
And
entire
then-
campaign
and then
has taken
your
place
god
in 1
got
week
mad
so
at you
far.
for trying to become a god. Is it still less than 1 week?
I think it's a little over 1 week now, right?
It
Yeah,
has to be.
it might be.
Because of like travel times as well. Like it has to at least have been like almost like a half a month.
If I had to guess, I'd say like 8 days.
I
I
know
don't
that me and
really know.
Carmen,
Still seems
for
unlikely.
traveling up to her place, it took a day or two.
Yeah.
So it took at least 2 days to get to Lunamis.
Mhm.
Um,
Let's start from the beginning. So session 1, you guys all met. I think you spent the night in the tavern after you. No. The first day you went into that dungeon and you did the thing. Then you stayed in the tavern.
we
for
stayed
the
in a
night.
tavern.
Ananias got arrested, and then you guys all did the cult gathering thing, and the whole reason was like tomorrow at dawn was the whole Ananias's meeting, I think. So
What about the time we went into the cave? That was before this.
yes, that was like the first day you guys met before night had even fallen. You guys went into that cave, so maybe you even spent a night in the cave. I'm not sure. So
Yeah,
that's-
because you
That was the
said
case.
Anywhere between 1 and 3 days before the cult gathering. After the cult gathering, we
So
spent
this
2
is
days
like
traveling.
our first few sessions and we're already on 3 days. I have a feeling that it's longer than 8 days.
Well, it took a long time. Okay.
I mean, sure,
after you
things started
traveled
going faster.
2 days. It's been about. I think it is 8 days. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I think you're way
Okay.
I
off.
need to look back at my
I think
notes.
it's like around double that much.
It's
so.
definitely not that much. I might be off by a couple of days, but it's definitely not more than like
So the first day,
11.
we met in town first.
Yes.
And I thought, we immediately just, I thought we slept first. Like I slept in a cardboard box outside, remember?
You went there, but you didn't actually get a chance to rest for the day because Strawberry Goose found you. That's when he got Strawberry enchanted, I think. And then you all heard the crash and inciting incident of the undead dragony thing that you guys fought.
Okay. And that's when we went into the cave?
Yes, that is what uncovered the cave to begin with and caused all this. to start.
Okay. And what time did we uncover the cave?
I think it
Saturday.
was like, I don't remember. I think it was like 2 p.m. or something. So you had
2
plenty of
p.m.?
time, and then you went in the cave and spent maybe 8 hours or so underground. You came out and it was nighttime, and then you went and spent the
Mhm.
night, and then immediately when you woke up, Ananias got arrested. You all spent the day like trying to get Ananias unarrested, and Ananias was like, "Hey, I need to go to my cult gathering at dusk." I think it was dusk.
I don't think she.
and that
It was
was-
morning of the next day. Right?
I think it was dusk actually, because dawn was the other thing.
It was dusk. It was dusk.
Okay, it was
because
dusk, I
I remember we
believe.
had an
There's a lot of
argument
discussion about
where,
it.
where
I can't remember now.
Yeah, you Cat confused dusk and dawn.
To
for a
me, they're
while.
the same.
They both start with D. They have 4 letters. It's
So
close
that's
enough.
2 days for that.
Yeah, and then that second night was the cult explosion. Then we took
Cult
a year
explosion.
off of the campaign, but when we came back, you guys, Ananias and Carmen, just started traveling immediately that night. Camped
And that was
part way, and then you spent a whole day traveling, camped another day, so that's 2 more nights. Then you
So
made it
that's
to
4.
Lunimus, did your thing, spent the night in Lunimus, and then in the morning I think you
I
traveled
spent-
to Global's Ash.
2 nights in Lunimus, didn't I?
Just one.
Just one?
Mhm.
One night in Lunimus?
Instead of going
Okay,
to
traveled to Colville's Ash.
And that's when you met up with Qzeth and Mama Swizzle. You guys spent the day going through the dungeon, fighting the dragon. Then you spent the night to get a long rest in the dragon zone after defeating everything. Then you left there and started traveling. You made it to the swamp, and I think you took that whole day of travel to make it to where the dwarves were. And spent the night with the dwarves, and now you've done your whole thing, killed the big thing, came back to the dwarves, and you're spending another night with the dwarves. So
9. So you were very close.
yeah, well, I mean, technically, this was the transition between 8 and 9.
Okay, so this would be 9 now. Wow, good job, Ethan. That was really good.
Still feels off to me.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I thought I spent longer in Lunimus, but I guess that makes sense.
yeah, you were only there for a little bit of time because you had appointments to get to and stuff to do. Well, I'm excited to see where this goes. This should be fun. Need to figure out how to get Light back before she becomes essential instead of just would be nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's where we're concluding.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. You all are fun. I love
Thanks
your
for DMing
creativity.
for us.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm happy to do it.
Way to go with those M's.
M's?
D's M's.
DMs.
Oh,
You did
DMs.
so good with DMs.
thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I wish I were better at voices though. I keep messing those up. I wanted to give you guys, because it's been a lot of like combat and a little bit of exploration and like lore heavy stuff lately. I want to give you guys a chance to relax and like have some more social encounters soon. But
I mean, this
out in the
entire
wilderness, it's been
time was a
difficult.
social encounter, pretty much. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have been terrible at these particular NPCs because I'm like, oh, they should have voices. My voice hurts.
much.
Alrighty, well, I should probably find some food. I'm starving. Haven't eaten
Yeah,
since
I'll talk to
lunch.
y'all later.
Bye.
I'm gonna
Have a good
DM
night.
you what I. Oh, he's gone. Okay. So the main half of why I thought, why I got excited about her being on the moon is because the doctor is in that hourglass place.
Yes, halfway between.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. Well, actually, he's not in the hourglass, but he is. He
Is
is.
he on the moon then?
He's on the Citadel, which is a floating island, between the 2 planets. Kind of like
I'm
floating
confused.
in the sky. Think like one of those classic floating island type things, and
Yeah.
then if this is the one planet, this is the other planet. It's like kind of floating out here somewhere, just like
Okay.
with a huge fall to either planet.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it's just like chilling, doing its own thing.
But
And
yeah, I
that
was
is where
excited.
he does his
Fine.
research. But yeah, he's coming.
was excited he might interact with her.
He's definitely involved soon. We will see how soon that happens. It depends really on about 3 different factors. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to working with you on that.
Sounds good. Well, enjoy your food.
All right, thanks, Ray. See you later.
Bye.